Alrighty, welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Wellness Wednesday. As you know, every Wednesday here at Ladies of the Light on our platform, we want to bring you something to add value and wellness to your life, whether it's, great recipes, information on essential oils, movement, breath. We always want to bring you something that increases your wellness. Well, today we have something extra special. It's summer, the temperatures are starting to rise, and the last thing we want is to be in the kitchen all day prepping before we eat. There are summer outings. So we're going to do, my special guest and I are going to bring to you very quick summer salads that will get you from the chopping board out to your outing, your picnic, or just, down for a dinner or lunch with your family. So we're going to make two summer salads, but my very special guests today are the winners of the first annual Sista Sistah Cook-Off. Sista Sistah is an organization of amazing goddesses, practitioners. We come together and we volunteer and we work with the most amazing young sistars, ages 5 through 18. And like I said, today we are working with the winners of our cook-off. We had a challenge. Each of them had meals to prepare, and you are going to be seeing the creme de la creme at work today. So we have with us today little sister Mia Moore, Adriana, and Tegan. And we're going to talk about, how they got interested in cooking. They'll get to introduce themselves and, what have been their culinary inspirations, because it is so important that today we're talking about our daughters, but it's important that we teach our children how to prepare real whole foods. What do I mean by that? Real foods, not from a package, not from a can, not from a drive-through, but with their very own hands. That is really a life skill, just like driving, just like reading, knowing how to feed and nourish yourself. And of course, as sisters, little goddesses, we have to know how to nourish our families, because the heart of your household, the heart of your civilization is always, always the woman, the womb man. So today we are going to prepare some of us are going to do a broccoli salad, and some of us are going to do I call it like a sunshine or a confetti pasta salad, because it has so many bright colors. The great things about these two summer salads is, one, you have one sauce that you can have two ways. You could mix it into an all vegetable salad, or you could also mix it into a pasta salad. And you can make each of them as light or as heavy as you please, based on what ingredients you choose to add, what you have on hand. So it's really flexible. I was telling one of our young chefs how forgiving it is. And forgiving means, if it, I want mine a little sweeter, I want mine a little tartar. You know what? I think I'm going to add some cherries to mine. Just whatever you have on hand, however you want to be creative, because we are creators. All right. So I'm going to start off with Sistar Mi Amor. She there? There she is.
Okay.
Greetings. Greetings. How are you today? How are you?
She said, "How are you, darling?"
I'm doing good.
Very good. Very well. So, Mia Moore, can you tell me how long you've been cooking? How long have you been preparing food? And you're pretty young.
Probably like 2 years.
2 years? Wait a minute. Mia Moore, how old are you?
7.
7. So you have been preparing food since you were 5, right?
Yep.
That is amazing.
But I used to cook like microwave food when I was 5.
Okay.
But we don't use my phones.
Well, I see right now you have your hands all in it. So that is, you are doing that. So who was your inspiration? Who taught you how to cook?
My mom.
My mom. Do you see the power that we hold, Umis?
Yes.
We have so much power in these hands. These are healing hands because food is our medicine. The very food we eat can add to or detract from our life. And we start teaching our young babies at a young age how to do that. Ooh, we have.
It's breaking up. Can you say it again?
Oh, am I breaking up?
Yes, a little bit.
Oh no. I solved one problem and we come up with another one. If I start to break up, if somebody can raise their hand, I'll see if I can maybe adjust my computer or something. I was just saying that, we start from a young age modeling and showing our children how to create, how to make whole, how to make healthy choices for themselves. So I'm going to ask the very same thing to our next guest, Adriana. Oh, Bliss, I'm going to have you mute out, please.
Yes.
Yes, I need you to
Did you mute out?
Mama, I'm trying.
It's okay. There we go. Adriana, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So, how old are you, Adriana?
I am 10 years old.
You are 10 years old. How long have you been preparing food? How long have you been cooking?
At least for 2 years.
2 years? Okay. Well, had I thought about it, I would have included images of the beautiful preparations that these Sistars made for us. Mia Moore created they were these energy balls, and they were, not only were they beautiful to look at, they were highly nutritious, and as told to us by her taste tester, her Umi, absolutely delicious. Adriana created a beautiful fruit pizza, and it really looked like something from a cookbook or something you'd see on the internet, and she prepared it herself. And Adriana says she's been cooking for 2 years. Who taught you, or who were your inspirations in the kitchen?
My Umi.
Your Umi? Okay. What can you tell me, anything special that you like to prepare with your Umi?
I mean, when I was 8 years old, she had made our own popcorn, and it was very funny. And we would make like different things. I would help her make things or help her with things during Thanksgiving, like help her with greens and different things.
Oh, okay. So are you in the kitchen quite a bit with your Umi?
I mean, not so often now.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes my hobby too.
Well, I encourage you, as much as your Umi has capacity, to get in the kitchen with her, because you will remember those recipes, those techniques, and the more you do it, the better you are. You're already an amazing young chef at just 10 years old. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to go now to Tegan. I'll have you mute out. And now we're going to go to Tegan Bay. Tegan was in, I didn't say our groups. We have different levels in Sistars. We have the soil. Mia Moore is in the soil. That is ages 5 to, and then we have the budding. Those are our Sistars ages 8 to 11. Am I breaking up?
A little bit.
No, it's not you. It's just that whenever Tegan unmutes, it echoes, and then it starts to break up.
Hello. I know this is very untraditional, but tell me if I turn my video off, if it's a little clearer. Is this
I
clearer?
mean, you're not the one who's like breaking up. It's kind of like the mic.
Okay, am I still choppy?
No, not at all. Not even.
Okay, so when I ask the question, I'll just turn my camera off and then I'll turn it back on. So for Tegan, I'm just gonna ask how long, first of all, let me know your age, because Tegan is in our oldest group. They are the unfolding, I believe, the unfolding. She may have to correct me. And just let me know how old you are, how long you've been cooking, and what are your, or who has been your inspiration in the kitchen.
My name is Tegan, and I am 17. I have been cooking for 12 years. I started cooking at the age of 5.
Wow.
I used to cook in the kitchen with my dad a lot and help him out. And that's where I got my inspiration from.
I love that. You know, as of course I said, you know, as Umis, we are here to model and teach our children, you know, how to be creative and how to make and enjoy real food, but we cannot leave out our wonderful fathers that are in the home, because actually my inspiration came from my father as well. I mean, my mother prepared food, but you know, she just let it be known that was not her favorite thing to do. She would keep us from starving, but she was not trying to be in the kitchen. My father absolutely loved to cook. That was his preferred room in the house. So I can honestly say all of my skill sets, all of my inspiration comes from my dad. And I had so many hours of time spent with him just in the kitchen, being nitpicky, getting everything perfect. So today, now that we have today we are going to make salads. 2 salads. Like I said, some of us are making broccoli salad, some of us are making a pasta salad. And it is such an easy and quick recipe that I wanted to share it with us. So, like I said, the sauce is the same. I do apologize. When I sent everybody out the recipe for the sauce, and I did not spell check or read my work. So when you're making the sauce, if you would, it's 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. Now this could be a regular, you know, egg-based mayonnaise. You could use a vegan mayonnaise. You could use a Greek yogurt if you wanted to use that, if you don't have mayonnaise on hand. Like I said, a lot of this is very free form. It's very forgiving. 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, 1 teaspoon of sweetener. You can use sugar, raw sugar, agave. It's up to you, whatever sweetener you have on hand. And then you will use an equal amount of vinegar. You could use, I say, an acid. And an acid would be anything like a vinegar, balsamic vinegar, apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, red wine vinegar, whatever you have. Or today I use lemon juice because I like the brightness. It just adds a different flavor. So whatever you have on hand. I know everybody, Adriana, I believe, has already made her sauce, but everybody else, if you'll go ahead and mix in your vinegar, your sweetener, and your mayo that you're using. And you're just going to whisk that together and you'll taste it. That's the beautiful thing about preparing food. You taste it, you adjust it to your taste. You know, some families like things very spicy. Some families like things very sweet. It's really about what your family enjoys. Just know that this is going to be a sauce that's going to go on either a vegetable salad or a pasta salad. And it tastes great equally on either of them. I have pre-made mine. Oh, I got this camera that I can show you. Oh, there you go. I just kind of, that is mine already. It looks a little dark. It looks a little, you know, it doesn't look white and creamy the way some of yours might, because if you recall, I used lemon juice, and I use some balsamic vinegar. That's a very dark vinegar, so it just makes mine a little darker in color, but that's fine. You're just going to be mixing all of that together. If you have any questions about your sauce, you can raise a finger, raise a hand, and I will answer that. Like I said, you mix that up, you set it to the side. Now, yes, Adriana.
I just wanted to ask, so after we're done, we're like making the sauce, we just add everything we need into the pasta?
Yes, I'm going to talk about the different things that you can add, and then we're going to add our pasta to our sauce. Now, you can always increase, you could triple, quadruple, you can always increase the amount of sauce. So today we were just making a little bit. If you have a large family and you decide you want to make this recipe for, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, you just increase the amount of mayo, and then proportionately you increase the amount of sweetener and your acid or your vinegar. And you just make a larger amount of sauce. I made quite a bit more sauce because I'm going to make not only the pasta salad, I'm going to make the broccoli salad as well. That's why I have a whole bowl of sauce. Plus, I like to have it on hand in the fridge, and that way I have children. So if they want to mix up a salad for lunch, they always have the sauce available. The sauce will sit in the fridge, and it'll keep in the fridge for like a week. Totally fine. So if you're going to make, we'll start with the pasta salad. You're going to boil your pasta. Oh, we have a new person. Thank you for joining. You boil your noodles. Today I'm using chickpea noodles. Our family, we're not gluten-free, but we do try to limit the amount of gluten that we eat. That's a whole different conversation about, how gluten affects a lot of our bodies. But you want to, cook your pasta the way you normally would, whatever shaped noodles that you like. I'm a noodle fanatic. I love different shapes of pasta. This is one of my favorites. It's a curly noodle. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that little curl on it. It's called a cavatappi. I just like fun shapes. You could use an elbow noodle. You could use a penne pasta, whatever pasta you have on hand. I wouldn't suggest a spaghetti just because when you mix everything up, that's kind of a messy plateful. But honestly, you can use whatever pasta you have on hand. And you're going to add to that, you chop up whatever vegetables you have. Today I have, what is that? Oh, I have parsley. I have tomatoes. I have cucumbers. So it's really hard to see with this camera. I also have, I just did a rough chop on some purple onion. That's what I had on hand. And I also have some red and yellow bell pepper. I have some radishes. These are radishes. And underneath here, I cheated. I have, now that I got radishes on my keyboard, under there, I have some shredded broccoli and carrot. I bought them in a bag, tossed them in, because sometimes, like I said, we need to be in and out in 10 minutes. Because literally while your pasta is boiling, you do a rough chop on your vegetables, you toss everything together, and you're going to give it a good stir, and you're going to be done with this salad. So if everybody could lift a finger when they have made their sauce and their noodles are ready, and we are ready to do a combine. Ready to give everything a quick stir. I think Tegan left us for a minute, but she'll be right back. So like I said, if you're doing the pasta salad, you simply add your sauce to your pasta. Pardon me. I like to add my sauce first, and that kind of gives a little bit of a slip to, never figure out the logistics of this. That gives a little bit of a slip to to the pasta. I add the sauce, I kind of stir it in, and it coats the pasta. Excuse me. And then all you do is, I'm so sorry, I may have to get a glass of water. And we will definitely post the recipe when we upload. Excuse me. Wow. That was unexpected. And here it comes again. One moment. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. I apologize for that. So sorry for that. Okay, I'm back. So like I said, you're going to mix in your sauce with your pasta. Has everyone done that? Did everybody get an opportunity to put their sauce and pasta together?
No.
Thumbs up. Okay, go ahead. Cooking is fun. It is a great time to really express your creativity with food. And what you see me doing, I'm going to go ahead and add my vegetables. I added the cucumber and the parsley. This is also a great time. Remember earlier, I said your food is your medicine. Parsley is excellent. It is filled with chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is great because chlorophyll is the equivalent of hemoglobin to a plant, as like the hemoglobin in our blood. As far as for us, it carries oxygen. For the plant, it carries the nutrients. So it is filled with that chlorophyll. It's very cleansing for our bodies. So adding parsley to your diet is wonderful. Cucumbers. Excuse me. Cucumbers are great for us as well as one of our green, it's actually a fruit, but we call it a vegetable, as one of our green vegetables. And then, of course, our purple onion. And now I'm going to add the radishes. And you, my young chefs, you're going to, at your own pace, you're also adding your things to your bowl as well. I'm watching to see if you have any questions. Just put a thumbs up if you have a question. I love it. Adriana, I see that you are tearing your parsley by hand. The beautiful thing about that, like I said, cooking is adjusted to whatever your skill level is, to whatever you have on hand. So Adriana is tearing her parsley. Why? Because, she said parsley was really small and thin and she wasn't comfortable using a knife. So that is a great way to introduce, the kitchen to your little hand sanitizer there, to our young ones. Instead of having them use a knife at first or a knife all the time, allow them to use their hands. It's fun to get our hands in and get kind of dirty. So I'm adding in the bell peppers. As I said, the broccoli slaw. And you could substitute, if you had cauliflower, then you would use cauliflower. I added a little too much sauce to mine, but that's okay. We're good. Once again, it's not something that you can necessarily mess up. It's really about what your tastes are. So you have added your bell pepper, tomatoes, carrots, broccoli shreds, parsley, purple onion, all of that to your sauce and your salad. You put it in, you gave it a quick stir, and now you are ready for dinner or lunch, or to zip out and go to the park and spend some time outside with your families. That is our confetti pasta salad. Did you have a question, Adriana? I'll come back.
Are we able to start now, or do we?
No, you go right ahead and start, please. Everybody should start. Take your sauce. Has everybody made their sauce? Did anybody have questions about their sauce? Excellent, Tegan. That's what you do. You mix your sauce and then you taste it. And you decide, hey, you know what? I think I need a little more lemon juice, or I need a little more vinegar.
I
apologize. Say that again, Tegan.
I have pickle juice in mine, so it doesn't taste like extremely mayo-y.
Excellent. Also, lemon juice. She added pickle juice. You can add lemon juice. You can add, and I love that because instead of parsley, if you don't have parsley, you could use dill. You could use cilantro. To this pasta salad, if you wanted to if you wanted a little more protein, or if you wanted to add protein, if your family enjoys chicken or fish, you could add like smoked salmon. You could add chicken to it if that's what your family eats, or you could rinse like a can of beans, maybe a can of kidney beans, and add to your pasta salad for your protein. Very forgiving, very flexible, very adaptable to whatever you have in your cupboard. And as I said, with that sauce, it can take a little, too mayonnaise-y, if that's a word. And you add just a little more of the acid. If that made it too tart, you add just a pinch more of sugar, and you stir until it tastes like you want it to taste. And like I said, you can literally have this salad come together in about 10 minutes. And you adjust it to whatever you have on hand. Now, next, we're going to use the very same sauce. Remember, I said we're going to use same sauce, 2 different salads. All I did was chop up broccoli. That's all it is. If you want to cheat and use, I say cheat, but if you want to be really quick and you make a pack of broccoli shreds. Yes, that broccoli slaw that Adriana has, and it already has the broccoli already shredded up. You can absolutely use that. If you use that, then your salad's going to come together in about 5 minutes. You cut out a lot of work. So
I'm not making a salad. I'm making a pasta. It's just that whatever my only bought, I have to use.
Yes, I added that very same broccoli slaw to my salad. I didn't chop mine. I wasn't that dedicated today. So you're going to take your sauce, just a little bit, because remember, if you add a little, you can always add more. But if you add too much, then you just kind of got what you got. So you take a little bit of sauce, toss it in with your broccoli. It depends on how much broccoli you have. And just in case you geek out on science the way that I do, even though you're using raw broccoli, some people have said, hey, can I steam my broccoli? I don't necessarily want to eat raw broccoli. The acid in the sauce, whether it's the lemon juice or the vinegar or whatever vinegar you use, it actually cooks the broccoli. It doesn't cook it like steam. When you heat the broccoli, when you add steam, you start to break down the fibers of the broccoli, and that's what makes it tender. Well, you want that crisp and that crunch in your salad. So you don't want it mushy. So the acid will actually start to break down the broccoli just a little bit. So this is one of those salads, both of them actually, if you make it ahead of time, stick it in the fridge, come back the next day, or you come back later that day, it tastes even better because all the flavors have had an opportunity to come together. So all I did was mix in a little bit of, I want to add a little more sauce than mine. But you mix in some of your sauce, not too much because you don't want it sloshy. Just enough to coat your broccoli. So it's going to look very much like that. Just enough to coat that broccoli. Now, if you want to add the vegetables to yours as well, so I am going to add some purple onion, because you definitely want to add the onion, but I'm also adding bell pepper, radishes, and just whatever I had left over from my previous pasta salad. So for me, that was red and orange bell pepper, purple onion. There's a little bit of parsley left, and radishes. And you stir all of that up.
And I text Adriana.
Yes, Adriana. Absolutely.
So I added everything and it turned out looking very good. I want to eat it.
And that is always that's always the catch. It's like you want to create something that is delicious to eat. Now, if you have nuts or seeds, if you don't eat nuts, that's fine. You can use seeds. It's a salad topper, but it has sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, cranberries. I love it. It's one of those little pre-made mixes. Costco, lovely. This was not sponsored by Costco, I assure you. But it also has dried cranberries, and they add crunch and sweetness to your salad. You can add this to both of your salads if you like. If maybe somebody in your family does not care for them, you can just add it to each individual serving. But the great thing about this, you're making your food what's called nutritionally dense. Nuts and seeds have good fats that are very good for us. It's also a good protein for us, the nuts and the seeds. And I'm using dried cranberries. Cranberries are very good for us, especially, the urinary tract, but for a multitude of other things. But that's what usually comes to my mind when I think of cranberries. But you could give that a good stir, and you have an amazing summer broccoli salad. It's sweet, but not too sweet. You have this wonderful cruciferous vegetable, broccoli, that is packed full of vitamins. It is a wonderful green vegetable. You have all of your other vegetables added. And like I said, it came together so quickly. And you're in and out of the kitchen, and you have a wonderful meal for your family. To either of these, if you wanted to have a different protein on the side, like I said, if your family eats fish or chicken, you can definitely add that on the side with your salad, and you have a complete meal right away. So I'm going to allow each of the of my guest chefs, they're going to let us know how they are enjoying their creation. And we'll start with Adriana. I'll mute out.
So this creation, it didn't really take long, like Sister Anu said, but it really looks delicious. And I know the reason why. Because it's my creation and I did not eat. But I'm actually proud of myself.
I love to hear that, Adriana. Umis, did you hear that? Our children, they get such a feeling of accomplishment from making their own food, knowing that they are contributing to the house. And when we teach them these skills, honestly, that's one less thing that we have to do. We can always send them in the kitchen and know that they're going to be able to prepare something good for themselves and good for the family. Alrighty, next we're going to hear from Mia Moore. How's that salad?
Dang, I'm trying to unmute. Oh my gosh, Bless is so slow at unmuting the mic. Shut up. So my salad, my broccoli salad is good. It got some crispy jalapenos, a little bit of salt, and I only had to add a little bit of this because it's not the healthy kind. So the ranch, the original nasty ranch. And I add some add some tortilla strips and basil, cayenne pepper, Fuji apple, and ginger. Wait, not ginger. Garlic and some I don't know. I can't pronounce it, but it's something vinaigrette, oil, and something.
Oh, I love it. A balsamic vinaigrette. That's an excellent choice.
Let me see. And next, I'm adding a little bit of oregano.
Oh, I love it. You know why? Because you decided to be creative. You said, hey, this is what I got. Let me see. And you made an entire lunch from that. I love that. Remember, we said an important thing about preparing our food is being creative, looking around. We see what we have. We don't always have to run out to the store. Just look around. We see what we have. All righty. And I'll have you mute out, Mia Moore. And now we're going to go Sistar Healing.
Get out, look. Before I get out.
Oh, I see that.
The tortilla strips, they're stuck together and it's so big. Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, Tegan.
Okay, so I did the pasta salad. For the sauce, I put mayo, vegan mayo, agave, and some apple cider vinegar. And just so it doesn't have like a mayo-y taste, I put pickle juice. For the vegetables, I put onions, carrots, parsley, and some bell peppers, orange ones and red ones.
Amazing. Did you taste it?
Yeah, it was really good.
See, awesome. See, now you have 2 more salads in your repertoire. You can always make your family, all of them, a great and nutritious meal. Well, it looks like we have come to our time. I definitely want to respect everybody's time. I want to say thank each of you, young chefs, for coming in, join us today, and each of our guests who came in today. I want to talk just a little bit, just 30 seconds about Sista Sistah. If you are not familiar with our program, please come to our Ladies of the Light website. Check out our Sista Sistah program. Like I said, it is for Asiatic young ladies from ages 5 to 18. We meet once a week, and we are really here. We are reinforcing, the village concept. We are learning, healing, growing together, not just them with us. It's all of us. Oh, what's she doing with that stuff? Okay, you scare me, Mia Moore. But yes, that is what our community does. We are pouring in to our young goddesses, and they're also teaching us life lessons. So please come to the Ladies of the Light website. If you have an Asiatic young lady in your life, please join us. We are taking a little bit of a break for the month of July, but we are right back on track starting in August. And you have the opportunity to get your daughter, your niece, your granddaughter all signed up. This is absolutely free, so please check us out. And with that, thank you so much for joining us for Wellness Wednesday. Please go ahead and make one or both of our salads and post them to your social media, and just I think it's what you link us or tag us. Tag us. That's what you do. I appreciate you, and thank you all so much for coming. And with that, I yield. And yes, Adriana, you may eat your salad.